What's up, guys? Yes, you read the title correctly. I'm going to tell you the story of how I was almost eaten by a bear. I know you may not believe this, but that shit actually almost happened. But before I get the story started, I want to tell you about how this is possible. I live in a very rural environment. You know, everything around me is woods. There's not that many cities, townhouses, or anything. Everyone has a good bit of land, property, and everyone, you know, is pretty, I'm not going to say country or southern, but everyone is pretty, you know, they you know, most people garden around me, hunt, farm, do some sort of agricultural activity. And that's the thing, you know, where I live. Everyone does stuff like that. That's nothing out of the unusual. Everyone loves to go to the festivals, you know, to show off their best game, their best trophy. You know, that's just, you know, I live in a small town. Even towns outside of my town, even all, you know, the majority of my county is just like that, you know. I mean, I'm sure, you know, probably think I'm some fucking hick at this point, but nah, I mean, guys, I'm really not. I mean, you know, this is just, you know, where I live. I mean, some people, you know, where they live, you know, it's all about football, and it's some people where all they live, you know, you live in California, I'm sure, you know, you see a lot of famous people or a lot of big-ass Bentleys and cool shit like that. Most people around here don't even have license plates because they just have farm use on the side of their car. But, I mean, you know, it's whatever. I kind of like it like that, you know. It's kind of more comfortable. But anyways, back to the story. As I said, everyone around here goes hunting. I, myself, personally love to go hunting. Hunting is something, you know, it's like commentating to me. Now, I'm kind of new to commentating, but, you know, it relaxes me. It's kind of something that helps me. You know, I can talk, I can vent, I can tell stories, you know. I'm talking to myself and other people at the same time. You know, it's kind of fun. Hunting is a way for me to just go, relax, and get away for a while. Now, I love to go hunting, like I said before, but I don't get to go hunting very often. I do play sports, I do have school, you know, and I do like to hang out with my friends a lot. So, the few times that I get to go hunting, I take advantage of it. You know, I go to the best possible places I can, you know, the deepest parts of the woods that I know, and, you know, the places I think that are best. Now, I do have my dad with me. Now, he's not, you know, by my side the entire time, but he is within radius of, you know, our GPSs. Yes, I do use GPS, but it's mostly in case of an emergency. And, you know, I bring him with me. So, you know, I get to go hunting maybe 10 times a year because it's right during football season. So, we go hunting. You know, it was like a Saturday. I was finally off, you know, we didn't have a two-a-day or anything like that. So, we finally, you know, we get to the trail. We have to walk up a trail to go up to the top of the mountain. We walk up the top of the mountain. The last time I went hunting here the year before, I saw the biggest buck I've seen in my life, and I got, you know, shaky and nervous and never took the shot. You know, I had a chance, I was just trigger shy, but it's whatever, you know, things happen. I'm sure it's still up there because no one goes hunting up here. But anyways, once I get there, I lay down in my spot. I get all the way to the top of the mountain. You know, I'm hot. You know, I've been walking for like an hour and a half. You know, but that's the best places to go. The more you walk, you know, the more, you know, empty it is. Not empty, but, you know, the less people around, you got a better chance of getting something. So, this is also near the end of hunting season, December-ish. Yeah, football season was still going. No, actually, never mind. This was basketball season for me. Sorry, guys. Now, I'm laying down. I finally, you know, I'm laying down. I relax. I got my butt pad laying down so my ass doesn't get wet and so it's comfortable. And I'm laying next to a log under a tree. Kind of got a little fort made of, like, nature here. My dad goes and walks, you know, he goes about 400 or 500 yards away from me. Usually either below me or down me, but completely out of line of fire and anything like that, if you guys are wondering. So, I can't, I mean, I love to sit still and relax, but I can't just sit still and relax and just not do jack shit. So I'll either, you know, play with my phone or eat. I can just eat all day. That helps me, you know, it's kind of like something to do. So, like, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours goes by, and I start getting really cold and bored. So I start eating. You know, I was hungry. It's cold as shit, and we're at the top of the mountain. No matter how many layers you wear, you're still gonna get fucking cold. So I start eating, and I was like, I brought a steak and cheese and fries. I heated it up before we went, put it in my bag, wrapped it up and shit. You know, some of you people are like, oh, well, you brought steak and cheese hunting? Yeah, I brought a fucking steak and cheese hunting, dude. Steak and cheese is fucking badass. You should love steak and cheese forever and ever. So I start eating my steak and cheese and fries from that, you know, the night before's dinner. And alright, man, that was good as shit. I feel good now. You know, we're about 4 or 5 more hours, and we gotta go home because it gets, you know, it was, you know, towards the end of December, it gets darker earlier, and plus, we're so high up on the mountain, you know, we don't want to get lost or things to happen. So I sit there for like another, you know, 45 minutes. And, you know, I start getting anxious. So I start whittling. Then I started hearing things crash out through all the woods. I was like, oh shit, maybe a deer. But then I was like, deer don't make that much noise. If you ever go hunting before, deer don't make much noise at all. You know, you can mistake a deer for a squirrel. Or, you know, acorns falling off a tree. They're very, very subtle and quiet. So I start whittling. And I hear more crashing. And, you know, I get anxious. So, you know, I drop my, silently drop my shit and pick up and just shoulder my rifle. Now, I use a pretty big gun. I use a Browning 30-06, A bolt, use a bolt action, and I have I forget the gun scope. Sorry guys, I can't get off the top of my mind. But so you know, I'm ready. You know, if anything in this woods I can take down. But again, I get real shaky when I'm about to shoot something. I don't know why. It's just something about that. Now, so I'm just sitting there, and you know, I'm just laying back because you know the crashing stopped, the slow rustle stopped. So I'm just laying back, and, you know, I just start to doze off, and then I hear it again, you know, crap, pow! I was like, oh, fuck, what was that? And I look to my left, and like 50 yards to the left of me, there's this bear. Now, it can't see me because to the left of me is also that log I'm leaning up against, and behind me is a tree, and this is slightly going downhill to the left. To the right goes further up the mountain, to the left, you know, goes down into the valley. I'm wigging the fuck out right now. I'm a bear. Bear season is not in yet, and I didn't have a tag even if it was in. And I'm pretty sure that the law was that you cannot shoot a bear unless it has, you know, attacked you. Not is attacking, has attacked you. Like, you have damage done to you, which is fucking retarded. If a bear's already mauling my ass, I'm like, fuck, well, I'm dead. You know, at least I didn't die a gay way. But anyways, I'm just sitting there, and I text my dad. I'm like, there's a fucking bear right next to me. What do I do? And he's like, shoot it. And I was like, I don't think I can do that. And he was like, well, hold on. So he calls my uncle, who lives right up on top of the mountain and knows everything, and he said that I can't shoot it. So I was like, shit. My dad was like, well, blast the log. Well, the bear, by the time he got that, the bear is within 30 yards of me, and it's just slowly walking. And then it sits down on a log. So I'm wigging the fuck out right now. I'm like, dude, this thing's close. And he said shoot a log and it would scare it off. But don't be like, don't be a person, shoot a log. Don't do that shit. Your fucking ass wouldn't shoot the log either. You know, he wanted me to shoot something to scare the bear away, but I was losing my mind at this point. So, I mean, about 10 minutes pass, and the bear gets so fucking close to me that I just can't take it anymore. I start freaking out, and then I just lay like under the log and pray for the best. I don't know why my balls went up inside my stomach and I grew a fucking vagina for that hour, but you know, shit happens. So eventually the bear just walked away. Like, I guess it was like, shit, you know, I guess there's no more steak and cheese, because I'm sure that's what brought it over there. I mean, everyone likes steak and cheese. I'm sure a bear, you know, eating deer and shit all the time would like, you know, some cheese on that shit once in a while. But, you know, that's my story for you guys. Don't eat steak and cheese in the woods. Ever. I will never eat a steak and cheese and fries in the woods again. Probably wasn't a good idea to start out with, but now it's for surely not a good idea. So, like, comment, subscribe, guys. More stories to come. Some, you know, unboxings. And some reviews and some other shit. I got more stories to tell you guys. I got some life stories, some help for you guys. Some people have life problems. You know, I got some more shit up my sleeve for you guys. So, you know, subscribe.